Hello, this time with me, Damien Guermonprez from Lemonways. Damien, thank you for your time and thank you for being with us. I would like to have you introduce yourself first.
So I'm Damien Guermonprez. I'm the CEO of Lemonway. Lemonway is a payment institution based in France, but we cover 30 countries in Europe. And the business we do is quite simple. We open millions, currently 2 million, payment accounts, and we manage these accounts on behalf of the new platform of this new sharing economy. I mean, the crowdfunding platforms, the waiting list, the marketplace, the ticketing, etc. So we exist, we've been created by Sébastien Burlet, an engineer, in 2007. At that time, we wanted to launch a mobile payment actor. And in fact, we realized that this technology could be used by the recent platforms, mainly the crowdfunding platforms. So we are a team of 60 people, mainly geeks and former bankers. And we work in Paris, but we have also people based in London and Dakar. And I will tell you why. Our turnover was 4 million euros in 2015. We intend to have a turnover of more than 10 million euros this year in 2016. We are a profitable company, and that's it mainly.
So you, from what I heard so far, you are already a little older. So you started some years ago, like 2007 or?
No. Good question. In fact, I met Sébastien in 2009. At that time, I was the CEO of the French subsidiary of the world leader in insurance brokerage, Aon. Before that, I was the CEO of a bank, the banking division of a retailer, Auchan. And you see, so I spent my career in financial services. And I started to become an entrepreneur at 47 years. So I became entrepreneur because I bought the CTLM company in Belgium. The credit card company was sold by BNP Paribas. And then 4 years later, I sold it 10 times the price. And I rented the margin I made in startups. So I became business angel and I invested in 15 startups, including 10 fintechs. So in 2009, I met with Sébastien and I was so excited about mobile payment that I invested in his company. Lemonway wanted to launch mobile payment. And in fact, we used our technology to serve the crowdfunding platforms and the marketplaces all over Europe. And then more recently, we discovered that our technology was used very well in Africa, where there is a need for mobile payment because Africans do not have many cards, credit cards. So we are very successful in the mobile payment world, but in Africa, where we open more than 1 million mobile payment accounts in Mali in 16 months.
Okay. So why did you actually, you first invested in the company, you first invested in Lemonway. So what was your idea or why were you driven by like payment solution and first of all, mobile payments in the beginning?
So at the beginning, I met with an engineer. Of course, as a former banker, I helped him to get this license from the Bank of France. It was a difficult task. It took 2 years. Then we passported our agreement on over 30 countries, and the opportunity was there because those payment service providers that existed were not prepared to manage wallets. It's surprising, but in fact they didn't want to be regulated and they didn't want to manage wallets because they didn't want to compete with their own customers, the banks. And the need was there. I mean, the new platforms, especially the crowdfunders, they needed to manage their wallets. And from a regulatory point of view, we had to collect their money on their behalf. And that's what we do.
So far from what I heard, you have a pretty unique way how you deal with going to new countries and opening up new markets in like for the payment solution you're offering. So what is actually what your strategy there? How are you facilitating these payments in each country?
So first of all, we want to adapt to the countries. So we accept all the local means of payments. For example, sofort in Austria or in Germany, Ideal in the Netherlands, Multibanco in Portugal, Bancontact Mr. Cash in Belgium, for example. So first, we collect on the behalf of your crowdfunding platforms, the money from their investors, their clients. Then we try to become the less expensive. Frankly, from a financial conditions point of view, we are the cheapest in Europe by far, because we are 3 to 4 times cheaper than PayPal or our competitors from the US. So we want to adapt to our local partners and clients. We are the cheapest by far, and our IT is very agile. We can change easily the way we work. For example, in your markets, you like to use Skype to do your KYC, and of course we accept that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And so what I heard was that you basically create one IBAN, so one bank account for each project that might be financed over some crowdfunding platform. So can you tell me something about this?
Yes. The needs, there were several needs. First of all, you wanted us to open a local bank account to make sure that your investors will invest in a bank account that starts with DE, for example, for Deutschland, or FR for France. That's easy. And then most of you wanted to provide an IBAN to your customers, because most of you have the idea that you can create a new banking world and provide with payment accounts to your customers. And of course, we provide that.
So that's nice to know of course, for your customers, for your crowdfunding platforms. And of course, it builds up trust, right? If you want to support a project and you can like send the money to a real bank account instead of some cloud bank account somewhere in the internet. So it really generates trust.
Yes. We also discovered that we could answer the needs of the new digital banks. We met with many young people with the ambition, the vision to become a digital bank. And as a former CEO of a bank, I was very surprised to see such a vision. Or at that time, 20 years ago, we could not have dreamed of becoming a bank so easily. And in fact, each time I asked them, but you don't have the bank status, their reply is always the same. We don't need a bank status. This is the back office. And Lemonway is providing this offer. We are servicing those who want to become a digital bank, but who do not want to have a bank status.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's great. So you are now offering your service, of course, to crowdfunding platforms and to the crowd economy to facilitate these payments that are happening there. So what or how do you see the future of the crowd economy, and how are you playing a role in this future?
Of course, this is a new economy with newcomers. New people coming in this new economy, and they start by becoming successful in being very specialized. So I like to call them category killers in their field. They try to be the best in class in their field. And then they try to expand their product range, or at least to expand abroad. their geographical presence. And that's where Lemonway can help them the most, because we are already present in half the countries where we have a license. So we are in 15 countries, and we have a license to cover 30 countries, including Switzerland. So we are very glad, because usually they come to us and they say, we want to go to Spain or Italy, and this can be done the same day. Okay, we can open them their operations in Italy or everywhere we are. We are already in 15 countries, and that's very important to help them to grow, because they can't, I think, in the future, they cannot keep their positioning as category killers. They will have to expand their product range like banks did.
So you're acting as a backbone basically for these category killers, like you call them. And you already helped some German companies. Are you able to talk about the companies in Germany that you already helped?
Yes. So for that, I would like to ask Stefan to join me. Of course, I know the customers he signed. He's the business developer for Germany and Austria. We are very proud to serve. Leaders like Gonda or Tikesa. Or Renditi in Austria, and or Kickers.net. We are very proud, and we want to expand in this huge market. So Stefan, can you please come?
Thanks, Damien. Thanks. Just gonna put your glasses here. Hi, everyone. So maybe I introduce myself just a bit in English as well. Maybe we can just later then talk in German as well.
Yeah, of course.
Great to be here. Thanks for having me. So I'm Stefan. I'm the business developer here. Damien hired me here.
Can you please switch to German?
Okay, dann machen wir es so. Also, hallo an alle nochmal. Ich bin jetzt Stefan. Ich bin jetzt seit Anfang Januar hier im Team von Lemonway dabei. Als Business Developer kümmere ich mich eben unserem Erfolg in der Dachregion. Und genau, also wie du es eben schon angesprochen hast, Dennis, wir haben jetzt schon einige Erfolge eben gehabt, auch jetzt in Deutschland, eben auch durch unsere innovativen Methoden, indem wir uns eben angepasst haben an die Wünsche, die Bedürfnisse in Bezug auf IBAN-Konten, in Bezug auf Schnelligkeit und vor allem auch der Preis im Endeffekt auch, wie es Damien auch vorher gesagt hat, wie zum Beispiel zu unseren Konkurrenten PayPal haben die Möglichkeit 3- bis 4-mal günstiger zu sein. Wir haben aber auch schon letztes Jahr angefangen, wir hatten eben angefangen mit Renditi, also einer Real Estate Crowdfunding-Plattform. Für die wickeln wir eben das Payment ab. Die sind jetzt mit uns, erst haben wir angefangen in Österreich, jetzt sind wir schon mit ihnen in Deutschland. Wir haben auch mit Tixa, das ist ein Online-Marktplatz für digitale Güter. Mit denen haben wir gezeichnet. Also hat sich dann jetzt eben seit Oktober 2015 hat sich das alles rapide entwickelt. Jetzt im März konnten wir eben Conda als Kunden gewinnen. Da war es eben für uns das Entscheidungsmerkmal, warum die Wahl auf uns getroffen ist, dass wir eben in der Lage waren, schnell, also ich sage mal innerhalb von 2 Wochen, diese IBAN-Lösung aufzustellen, das alles mit unserem Backend zu integrieren und dann eben in Ländern wie Slowenien und Slowakei die ersten Projekte zu starten. Und wir können jetzt sagen, dass wir jetzt so weit sind, dass wir sie so weit überzeugt haben, jetzt schon nach einem Monat, dass sie gerne ein ganzes Geschäft auch mit uns abwickeln wollen. Also das heißt, dass wir dann in Deutschland, in Österreich, in der Slowakei und auch in Polen mit ihnen arbeiten werden. Und das ist eben genau da, wo wir hinwollen, dass wir uns als wirklich europäischen Payment-Anbieter platzieren, mit diesem Gedanken, dass wir aber für jedes Land spezifisch ins Detail gehen, eben auch die richtigen Leute engagieren, für Polen jemanden, der Polnisch spricht und auch den Support darauf einarbeiten und dann wirklich auch uns anpassen. Und ich denke, damit treffen wir genau auf diesen Punkt, der auch gebraucht wird und gesucht wird. Und das machen wir.
Also man hört raus, ihr seid eigentlich noch sehr stark im Wachstum oder ihr wollt auch auf jeden Fall sehr stark wachsen, neue Mitarbeiter zum Beispiel in Polen und so weiter dazu gewinnen. Und gleichzeitig, was ich natürlich auch sehr spannend finde, ist eigentlich, dass wir uns momentan auf einem Markt bewegen, der sich sehr stark professionalisiert. Plattformen haben jetzt ihre Heimatmärkte beispielsweise schon sehr gut erschlossen und jetzt geht es wirklich an die Internationalisierung. Man muss wachsen, man muss international werden und da helft ihr ja dann auch wirklich, wie du gerade schon gesagt hast.
Ja, genau, also es ist auch genau das, was wir suchen. Wir wollen unsere internationale Erfahrung, die wir eben jetzt schon gesammelt haben, auch einbringen. Und damit, denke ich, können wir auch viel helfen. Ich meine, wir sind jetzt schon seit vielen Jahren in Spanien groß dabei mit Finsquare, mit Loanbook, also alles Pendants zu unseren deutschen Plattformen, die wir hier auch haben. Oder auch eben auch in London haben wir jetzt Anfang des Jahres ein Büro eröffnet. Wir wollen uns da wirklich auch zu unseren Kunden auch annähern und auch wirklich Präsenz zeigen und kommen. Dasselbe haben wir natürlich auch mit Deutschland vor. Das wollen wir wahrscheinlich Ende dieses Jahres angehen. Genaue Daten stehen noch nicht fest, aber genau das kommt. Das kommt.
We currently are servicing 400 platforms, but we are signing 50 per month, new platforms. It's funny to receive calls from Lithuania or from Lithuania to Portugal, and we sign without meeting the clients because we are absolutely answering their needs. It takes time for them to go live. For example, we signed with Brickgate in Germany. It's coming. It's in real estate crowdfunding, and we are very proud to sell them.
So you will be the only or the only payment solution provider left in Europe when everything is running by plan.
Every day we discover new type of clients. The last one came yesterday. They are a software editor, and they discovered that their customers were providing on the marketplace their solution, their software, and for as a license for a day or two. 2 weeks, and they decided to create their own marketplace to make sure they could sell their software. So every day we have a new type of clients. It's fascinating.
So it's important for you to be agile and adapt to the needs of these clients, right? But like Stefan already said that you're basically hiring from different countries in Europe and that you're becoming an international team. So how it is actually to work in such an environment, like a European company in a European environment with a absolutely international team? How is it like that?
We are very lucky because for the first time in history we can work on the SEPA area, which is as big as the US in terms of size of market. And this is very new. In the past, I worked in the credit cards industry, and of course the big players were Americans because their market was very big. And today we are all paying in Europe with Visa and MasterCards. In the mobile payment or in the wallet management, we can dream to have a European actor, and I'm dreaming it will be Lemonway. So we recruited many people from abroad to make sure they would understand people from Denmark or all countries. There are 30, and then we contact them on LinkedIn. We have a chat on Skype, and then we sign on new sign. And of course, we never print any contract. We don't see our customers, but we speak a lot with them. And as I said, we try to adapt to their local needs. But what is important is for the first time we are working on a pan-European level because the law, the regulation is pan-European, and this is very important.
So a lot of new opportunities, and I guess you're still searching for great people that are absolutely open to contact you and apply for a job.
Yes, please send me your resume. I'm looking for a CFO, for financial controllers, for auditors, for many business developers. For HR manager, we need people, absolutely, and it's difficult to recruit IT guys. They are difficult. We do not have enough. So please send me your resume.
I guess that's the problem of basically every IT company out there. So you will be a part of the Crowd Day this year in Cologne. I'm happy that you will be there. So what actually will you show us on the event?
Totally. I really want to talk about what we're doing, explain what Lemonway is, and to make that point clear, how easy it actually is to work with us, and what solutions we offer. Make maybe some showcases, have a chat with you, answer your questions, and really be close to the community, try to be responsive as much as we can. And just to showcase, I think we should be able to present our solution in 3 minutes. I think that it is so clear that we can provide you that. And then we just go through showcases and show you what we have to offer for the future. We have some interesting things coming. Also, maybe concerning Switzerland, our activity there, things are moving fast, and we really want to take on that path there.
I like that approach that you're really going to these events like the Crowd Day and supporting these events, because like what we are doing or what we're trying on these events is basically building up a new economy, getting people into the field of the crowd economy, of maybe building their own crowdfunding platform or their own crowdsourcing platform, and actually like seeing the world of tomorrow happening right today, right? Because the crowd economy will have a huge impact on our lives in the future. Maybe jobs will get lost. Yeah, we don't need these jobs, but new jobs will be generated or created, and we need to know where we can like get our solutions for what we are planning. So it's nice that you will be there and offer your solution, and I hope that a lot of people will come up to you and talk to you. But I'm sure they will, because we will have a lot of entrepreneurs there. We will have some banks already there. So maybe these can also go to you and talk to you. I think that will be a nice exchange. Or what do you think?
Absolutely. We are not fighting with banks. In fact, we realized that they didn't want to provide the escrow accounts to millions of customers we are opening today. And frankly, they did not want to do this KYC. With their cost structure they have, it will be too expensive. We are just charging, keep in mind, we are just charging 0.8% maximum for collecting the money, for doing the KYC, and of course all the money out are free. So the banks told us that they could not provide such low financial tariff prices. So we are dealing with them, we are working with them. They usually bring us their prospects, the customers who are asking for help. And of course, we need bank accounts. We need a bank network. We need all their infrastructure. So it's not about competition, it's about collaboration. We work with banks.
And indeed, if maybe I can add something to there, I just want to invite you, all of those, the audience, to come and visit us at our booth, have a short chat with us, and shape the future, as you said.
Thank you.
Very nice. Yeah, thank you for your time. I guess we have talked about nearly everything. Do you have anything to add?
Well, I would like to add a few words about Africa.
Oh, of course, yes.
We created a Lemonway Africa. We were very surprised to see the success in Mali, where we opened more than 1 million payment accounts, and people are using our solution to do not only P2P payments but also to save their money in the Lemonway mobile payment account. So the primary needs of banking, in fact, are filled by Lemonway. You know that in Africa, only 11% of people have a bank account, and in fact, they all need banking. I'm not sure they need bankers, but Lemonway is providing the solution.
Yeah, that's something else that's interesting, because I read somewhere that more people own a smartphone than actually a bank account, and that basically a lot of business transaction cannot happen because these people don't have a bank account, and the actual bank accounts at their local banks are not able to be used by a smartphone device.
Yes, so in Mali we have 3,000 agents collecting the money for these people and giving the money if they need. And we created a subsidiary in Senegal, in Dakar, and we plan to open 10 countries very soon.
I think there's a great fit between the crowdfunding movement and like supporting projects and basically adapting to the needs in Africa and to the markets in Africa, because like people there, if they want to start a business, they don't need much money like in Germany. In Germany you maybe need, or in Europe you need like 200,000 euros to start a business. But in Africa, it can be like 1,000 euros, and the people are searching for this money, and they can now like use crowdfunding platforms and get this money by the crowd, and maybe by using your solution.
You're absolutely right. The average amount exchange in our platform in Africa is much smaller, but we are answering the needs of the unbanked people. In the future, we expect to tell them to use the money transfer from north to south using our mobile application. It will be much cheaper than the current solutions they use.
Okay, so you are now like growing in Africa as well. Are you planning to go to Asia, for example?
Oh no, in Asia the competitors are so big. Keep in mind that where PayPal has in the US or in the world, they must have more than 300 million payment accounts. Their competitors in China are 3 times bigger. Their name are Alipay, the subsidiary of Alibaba, the marketplace, and WeChat Pay, which is the equivalent of Facebook, but more sophisticated in China. So we don't pretend to be able to compete with them. What we want is at least to answer the European needs with the European solution Lemonway.
Nice, but still, I like the fact that you're expanding to Africa, and I guess I maybe have somebody that should talk to you about this, and I'm happy to connect you.
Good, very good.
So I thank you.
Thank you again.
I thank you for your time. I'm happy to seeing you in Cologne on the 27th of April, and Damien, will you be in Cologne as well?
No, Stéphane will be.
Okay.
Exactly. I will be there, joined by my head of sales, Jean-Michel, and we're gonna be there the whole day, and really looking forward to seeing you all.
Well, I'm happy that you are welcoming, and thank you for your time. Thank you for the insights you just gave us, and I hope we will see you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye.